Hello everyone, Vicki Ashard here with Nature's Best Art. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be making a Mother's Day. It's April 30th today, so it's coming up pretty quick. So let's turn the camera down and let's get started. All right, I'm going to show you what I did so far. There, I think you'll be able to see well. Okay, and here are my Mother's Day cards. I made two pink ones, one with a rose. And I made another pink one, has lace on it, and I'm going to show you how to do all of that today, okay? And then I made one sort of like a distressed vintage kind of style one. It has some gold in it, and I'll tell you a little bit about how I did that. And I made it, I wanted it to be like a vintage look, so thought that turned out really pretty. I used for this one, I used the tea dye, Tim Holtz. And then for the pink ones, I used this stamp here, the Memento Lux, the Lilac Posies. I thought that turned out really pretty. Okay, so let's get started. All right, I'm going to put one up so that we can have an example of it while we're working. And what you need to do is, what I do is I take my my paper and my cardstock, and I measure 7 long by 10 wide. I cut it, and I score it at 5 inches. And that gives me a greeting card that fits in an envelope. Okay, now let's see. This stamp is from Inkadinkado, and I've had it in my stash for years. And I thought one day I'm going to make a Mother's Day card with that. So today is the day. But I'm going to make this one is going to be blue, and I'm going to be using Memento Bahama Blue. All right, so let's get that all stamped up. Just getting that dress nice. This is like like somebody was going to maybe get a pattern and make a dress. I thought that was such a nice stamp for a Mother's Day card. And did you ever have a stamp in your stash for years and you were thinking, one day I'm going to make a card out of it? So everything, my thoughts came together. I wanted a stamp that was, and I'm going to put this like towards to the right side of the card. I got it kind of high, but that's okay because I have my sentiment here. It says Happy Mother's Day. So I wanted to make room for that too. So I'm glad I got it a little high. Okay, give it a good press. And then I thought with this, oh, I wanted to put the stitches around because that's kind of the theme. And one day when I make this card, I want to have some lace, maybe a button. So all those thoughts, it takes a little while to think of things sometimes. And when it comes all together, then you have something you'd like to make, right? Oh, beautiful. Wow. I love that color, don't you? Wow. Super. I'm going to put that aside. And let's see, I'm going to leave this out. So what we're going to do is, what I'm going to do first? I am going to take my sponge pad here, and I'm going to put around the sides little color. You can always make a little color with stamping. That's when I love to do that. Okay, now let's get this side too. All right, then take it, and we're going to be little bit. We're going to put a little color all around here before we do anything else, really. Gets quite a bit of color on there, doesn't it? The blue rather than the distressed ink from Tim Holtz or the other pink. It's quite a bit, but that's okay. Looks good. All right, good. All right. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to put this ribbon on, and I love this ribbon. I don't know where I put all my ribbon. Oh, it's right here. Let's see here. Got this from my sister-in-law, I think, a long time ago. She didn't want it. And so I'm glad she gave it to me. So the interesting part about this, it's kind of hard to figure out where's the front and where's the back. You know, I always have that trouble. So anyway, I cut it to, let's see, it's about 11 inches. So I wanted to make sure it went around here. Now let's see, this is, I would say, I'm going to say that this is the front. Okay. So then what I did was I put it in here and I used my tape. I have my craft mat down because you know, I didn't want any color to get on my pad here. I'm going to put a couple pieces of tape, and this tape is not going to show when they open up the card. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's get some color on this too. Let's see, yeah. Just thought it needed some color like the other ones, so I like that look. And like this one, like tea-dyed look. Okay. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this Tombow Mono liquid glue. And I love this glue because it has a nice point to it if you're working with small things. And just going to hold it up. Start putting the glue on a little bit here. All the way like that. It's going to get a little messy, but it's going to stick really well. We don't have to worry about it getting coming apart, you know, coming off. Okay, and I'm going to put it on this side. I'm trying to put it on where the most, you know, the most material is. Okay, so I'm going to put it like this. Just going to take it like that. Have your wipe. This is a really easy card to make. I think it's already beginning to look pretty good. Take a piece of Kleenex, wipe it dry. All right, now I'm going to open it up. Put it on here. I'm going to put a little glue on this because when they open it up, they'll see this part. Okay. All right, now put a little bit more tape on here. Ah, didn't get that right. Okay, sticking to my finger. Okay. There we go. All right. Now, the other thing we need to make is our sentiment. And I always have scraps in my craft room. So we're going to use one of those scraps. And this stamp that says Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, it doesn't have, I don't know who it's from. It doesn't have a name. So, all right, we're going to stamp that here. Beautiful. Look how pretty that came out. I love that. I love this. This is from Memento. lots of, it's really juicy. I really like that when it's so juicy like that. Oh, okay. So we're gonna keep this out because we're gonna put the little color around there too. Okay. So these scissors are from Fiskars and Fiskars, and you might have these. These are like many years ago. I got these. You might remember, or you might even have them. Okay, and I like to leave a little bit room just because I want to show a little bit of color. I think it makes it look really pretty, these scissors. Okay. And if there's any like bits that you don't like this little end here, you just take your fussy cutter scissors and you just like cut it off. Make that a little, yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, now we're going to, I like to put a paper down here actually. Here's my little paper, so we'll take half of this. You don't need a whole piece, but just half. And we will put a little color to this too. Let's see, maybe I'll do this first like this. All around there. Just because when you put it down, then it'll distinguish, you know, the white. And it'll stand out a little bit more. So it's so juicy, I don't want to smear the words. Okay. And then just a little bit. See if I can put just a little bit. This is like so much. So juicy. Woo! Lots of color. Lots of color, but that's good. Just want to put a little bit. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, now we're going to put that on with some dimensions. Bump it up a little bit so it stands out. And whoops, there we go. And I use these Scotch mounting squares. I love them because they're already cut. And then they're easy to put on. So just use these. But you use whatever you have, you know, whatever you like. All right, let's see if I can get these off. All right. Okay. And let's put it right here. That's going to be very, very pretty. Okay, I like that. Now, when I made this card, you know, I thought, well, I wanted to put a button somewhere, but I didn't exactly know where. So I just love the idea of putting it there because it kind of balances it out. So I have, you know, some buttons that I have, you know, here that I've accumulated throughout the years. People have given me, or I've had them in my button stash. And so what I did was I picked out 3, but I don't know which one right now I'm going to choose. So let's see what we like. I thought this was an interesting one, isn't it? Kind of interesting. That's kind of big, but kind of nice. But I don't know. Now this one, what I did was, if you have something in the back, you can use your, you know, your cutters, your wire cutters. But what I did was, it was like a little piece of metal sticking out there, and I had to cut it, and I closed my eyes. So be careful when you cut things, because it did go flying. I don't, you know, I eventually found it, but I'm glad I closed my eyes. So let's see if I like that. Oh, I do like that. That's very pretty, but let's see. Let's see. The gold. How the gold. I thought silver would be pretty when I did pick this gold up, so I'm not sure I like the gold very much. I think this is a little too big. I think I like this one. What do you think? Think that would be pretty? I do. I think it's pretty. Okay, I got my hot glue gun ready. And I think what I'll do is I'll just put it down here instead of on the button. And I'll just put it right on there. We all like that hot glue, don't we? Okay, now let's talk about the middle. Okay, so the middle parts of the card, I wanted really special. So what I have is, I don't know if you have this, but I have stationery from, years ago. And, I just don't write on stationery anymore. I love to make cards. And so all my stationery is not being used. I was given this beautiful stationery by people, and I just love it. I think it's, very special. And so I use it in my card making here and there. And so what I did was, when you open the card up, then this is a very thin piece. Thought it went really nicely with this card. And then the other two cards, let me show you the other two cards. In the middle of them, I have the pink card. I have this one here. See how pretty that stationery looks? It looks really special. And I'm going to put a very special, you know, sentiment in there. I'm going to write something really special. And one's going to go, these are for my daughters. I have two daughters, Leah and Susan, and they're wonderful mothers. And I wanted to make it so special for them this year. I'm actually going to have a Mother's Day tea. And then this one's going to go to my older granddaughter who has two little girls. And so I thought that was really special. And I wanted to show you how I made that gold. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see it? I thought it needed a little something here because I wanted to make, use a gold button and then the gold lettering here. Okay, so I took my, it's from Colorbox. And then I took an old paintbrush and I put my old paintbrush in the color box and I, painted that in there. So I thought that was really pretty. And I think she'd really like this one. So, so let's do that. But actually before I do that, the middle part, I'm going to do the stitching around there. So, I want to take my Prismacolors, and there's actually 3 blues in the Prismacolor box that I have. True blue, there's indigo blue, and there's cerulean blue. And I thought that maybe the true blue would be pretty with this. So I am going to do that. I'm going to get that one. And I like to make a color chart with all my paints and with all my pencils, so that I know, what colors that, would go well when I do things. So without getting things, I think I'm going to go like this because I don't want to get any stamping on me since this is so juicy. But let's make some stitches, because after all, it is a sewing theme, right? All right. Then we're going to go down. I'm going to still use that. I'm going to go down this way. This blue really shows up well. I'm making this for my daughter-in-law, and she and my husband, my son, they have 2 children, and she loves blue. Whenever I make something, I always think, well, what would this person really like? Think of the person and what they would like. And are you like that too? Yeah. So There we go. There's our stitches. All right. All right, now let's work on the inside. So I had this piece of stationery, and I only have a couple, I believe. And so I cut one. I'll show you what I did. Is for the middle, like there we go. It's going to be like that. And so it's going to have this on the side. I thought that looked really pretty. I'm going to put that on there now before we even put it in. So I'm going to take my ATG gun and put that on the side. Thought that would be very pretty for her. She would like that, I think. Okay. And somewhere there was a heart that oh, here it is. See the part of this part here? Somewhere it looked there, right there. I cut that off. I thought, oh, that looks like a heart. So I'm going to put that over here. First I'm going to fold it, see where exactly I should put that heart. Okay. And so I'm going to put it right here. I thought that would be very pretty. When she opened that up, she would see that. Let me see if I can get a little of that. This ATG gun is so good. Everything, you don't have to worry about anything falling off at all. All right, now, so that she doesn't see this part. I see that a little, the blue went on there, but that's okay. You know, it's handmade, and that's what I think makes a big difference in, like, if there's a little, you know, something that shouldn't be there or whatever, it, you know, it doesn't matter. It's handmade. So I'm going to follow my ATG gun here. There's where the button is. So I'm going to start here and put it on this side. See how far I have to go down. And I'm going to turn it around. We'll put it a little bit on there, just so I know that that paper's going to stick. Okay, and then I'm going to simply lay this paper down here. And then I'm going to close this. And this stamping will dry after a while, you know. It's just very wet right now. Okay, so if I open it up, see, it looks like that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, what I can do, I can put a little, what I did with the other ones, I put a little tape here, but this one, for some reason, maybe the paper is heavier than the other ones. But, so I don't even have to put that little tape there, I don't think. I'm just going to leave it like that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it, don't you? I'm so glad that I used this stamp because I've been thinking about it for so long. And I love the lace. I just love it. Just love it. Okay, so I'm going to just show you what a special thing, actually, another special thing that I'm going to do with these cards is that yesterday I thought, oh, I would really like to put something special in there. I'm going to put a special message because my girls, my two daughters, my daughter-in-law, and actually I'm going to, and then my older, you know, granddaughter, and then I'm actually going to make one more when I end this video. I'm going to make one like this for my other daughter-in-law. She's an aunt to all these wonderful children, my grandchildren that I have. They just got married a couple years ago. They don't have any children yet. So she's not a mom, but I want to give her a card, and it'll say, like, you know, not Happy Mother's Day, but wishing you good things or wishing you a happy day or something like that. And so I'm really excited, you know, to make her one too, because they're all so special. I just love my family. So anyway, so I thought, you know, I'm a press flow artist, and I have press I press flowers all the time. And so I thought this would be pretty in this card. And this, I use the stationery. So that's for that one. I'm going to put this up here because it's really juicy and really getting my fingers very messy. I don't want to get any blue on anything else that I'm handling here. Okay, and then now let's see, where are my other ones that I made? Oh, I just had them here. What did I do with them? Oh, they're right here. Okay, so and then I have special ones for, this one is going to be for my granddaughter. These are hydrangeas, and made out of the stationery. This is for my daughter Susan. And these are hydrangeas. She had hydrangeas at her wedding. And then this is for my daughter Leah. This is yarrow, is what this is. And then this one is for my daughter-in-law that doesn't have any children yet. These were her wedding flowers. And I laminated these yesterday and I cut them this morning. So I thought that they would just be so pretty. This is for Mia, my granddaughter. So when she opens it up, she's going to see that. And it's just so special. So I'm so glad you joined me today. And I hope that you have fun preparing for your Mother's Day. Okay? All right. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. Okay? All right. Bye-bye now.